Hello, and you are listening/watching Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez. I am your host, Jordan Ramirez. I went to the Gasparilla International Film Festival and saw Laroy, Texas, for its Florida premiere. It is a quirky, offbeat crime drama western genre hybrid with its sense of humor and serious character development. The film is directed by Shane Atkinson and starring John Magaro, Steve Zahn, and Dylan Baker. So, first things first. Let's start with the synopsis of the film. Ray, played by John Magaro, works at a hardware store that he and his brother, Junior, played by Matthew Del Negro, had developed as partners. But Ray soon starts to learn the truth that his wife, Stacy-Lynn, played by Stevenson, is having an affair. Just when Ray is about to commit suicide, he ends up being mistaken as a hitman. And that is when his life turns upside down. Ray ends up taking down a lawyer as part of his new job as a hitman, and now the case is wide out in the open. Ray and his friend, Skip, played by Steve Zahn, end up trying to solve this case with frenetic and offbeat results. Watching this film from beginning to end, it had an offbeat and quirky nature that felt something along the lines of the Coen Brothers and their pictures. Think Blood Simple, Fargo, Raising Arizona, Miller's Crossing, etc., while also combining film noir and westerns that gave the film its own charm. The film is a character study and also has its unique brand of characters that makes it feel homely, like a screwball comedy with its repertoire of stock characters, along the mold of something like Preston Sturges or John Ford or Anthony Mann. Ray's character arc is fully developed as you watch it from beginning to end. John Magaro's performance as the lead starts off being a nebbishy, oblivious character who is deeply flawed to being a moral and just man who had completed his purpose in the most serious manner imaginable. The turning point of his character occurs after his arrest and betrayal by both his wife and his brother, when it turns out all along that they were indeed having an affair and that they ended up taking the money to have a life of their own. The scenes between Ray and Skip on screen provides a perfect contrast to the seriousness of the story when it comes to solving a crime case that often led to humorously disastrous results. An example of this occurs when Skip attempts to get information out of Ben Finney, played in the film by Bob Clendenin, about James Barlow's blackmail plot, and he ends up sticking his head in the toilet and ends up drowning him, which leads to Ben's revival from the drowning in the toilet bowl using CPR. The town of Laroy, Texas is also seen as a character throughout this film that not only changes as a part of the story, but also reflects the mood of the scenes as well as for the main characters and their actions. Let's not forget the character of Harry, played by Dylan Baker, the low-rent hitman who seems like an ordinary, everyday character, but is later revealed to be a disturbingly frightening character who also has his moments in the film that make his performance not only frightening, but also humorous as well, as he plays along with a dark sense of humor, such as in the beginning of the film when he picks up a random individual whose car had broken down and they start to have a little chat, and later kills and disposes of this said man in the car ride. Even though it is a dark comedy with its own charm and character development, it is also a western. I can instantly feel it from the location to the choreographed shootout sequences and the costuming that makes it feel contemporary. While the film does feel a little bit slow in some parts of the film that I felt made me a little bit sleepy, as a whole, I do enjoy this film. It is a knockout that you do not want to miss. With great direction from Shane Atkinson in his directorial debut, who also wrote the screenplay for this film, he knows how to balance humor and drama effectively well with precise timing, and I think that he will go far in the same mold and style which he has perfected in this film. John Magaro as the lead and his on-screen buddy chemistry with Steve Zahn as Skip are some of the best moments to watch on the screen. They will make you both laugh and cry as you watch this film. But Magaro's performance alone is outstandingly amazing to watch as a character study that feels reminiscent of James Stewart's performance in Destry Rides Again. It is a film that I highly recommend for anyone who is into a genre hybrid dark comedy that makes you laugh and cry at the same time. A film that shifts the story/character dynamic from beginning to end. If you want to show your love and support for this film, use the hashtag LaroyTexas. This film was part of the Gasparilla International Film Festival. You have been listening and watching my film review of Laroy, Texas on Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez, and until then, I'll see you at the movies.